In here, and welcome everyone to the 65th Annual AWDA Business and Education Conference here in Las Vegas. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be up here someday as chairman of AWDA. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I'd like to reminisce a little about the events of 1992, for those of you that can remember 1992. Ross Perot ran for president. Remember him? At 16 years old, Tiger Woods became the youngest PGA player in 39 years. The Summer Olympics was held in Barcelona, Spain. The 10 millionth cell phone was sold. I think Apple recently sold that many iPhones in a 2-day period. And George Bush Sr. was president and apologized to the nation for raising taxes after pledging not to. How things stay the same. And in 1992, I attended the 45th AWDA conference, my very first one, which was held across the street at the Mirage. That was my very first introduction to AWDA and the big automotive aftermarket picture that was out there. At the time, Art Lottis was AWDA chairman, and to be honest, I had no idea who he was, or that someday he would become president of CarQuest. In fact, being in their infancies, things like Program Group and a big box store were just new to me at that time. How things change. From the first conference, I don't remember much. But I do remember meeting some very wonderful, nice people. There were free drinks and some great food, and manufacturers even held parties for their customers. What an eye-opening experience for a young executive. During the past 21 conferences that I have attended, many things have helped shape me, the employee-owned company that I work for, the suppliers that we deal with, the automotive aftermarket, the competition that we all deal with, and the world as we know it. Again, how things change. In those early years, I was exposed to the Young Executive Society, the AWDA University aftermarket courses, and the continual meeting of these people in our industry that got things done. These were the names that you saw in the magazines. Before long, some of those names actually became very familiar to me. I eventually gained the desire to possibly be one of those people who got things done in our industry. Now, I don't work for a multi-billion-dollar corporation with endless supplies of cash for traveling and training and climbing the aftermarket ladder. But what I had is the same thing that each and every one of you has, and that's the desire to help our own companies and our industry grow and prosper. It is the desire to help the motoring public understand and trust that they do not have to go to the OE dealer for their maintenance and repair needs. They do have options. So how in the world could some minor executive like me from Spokane, Washington, have an impact on my company, let alone the entire automotive aftermarket? Well, I learned early the importance and value of learning. I thrived on the knowledge of my company, its history, our competition, our market area, and most of all, our customers. I'm a believer that we can never know too much about our customers. In fact, most of us really don't know enough about them. As a customer, I have also learned we need to know our suppliers better than ever if we are to make the decisions to propel us forward and not hinder us. I could stand up here like Larry and talk about all the numbers that you've all heard and read. I could tell you that we're a $300+ billion industry. We employ 4 million people. There are several hundreds of millions of registered vehicles out there, and the economy seems to be slowly improving. We all have our own opinions, but we can all agree that we work in a very robust and innovative industry where our customers demand the very, very best in transportation needs. So what I really want to do now is share with you the value I see in volunteering. Everyone and every company have an opportunity to volunteer in some way, shape, or form. I volunteer at my church. My wife Grace and I have volunteered with Catholic Engaged Encounter, helping engaged couples prepare for marriage for over 25 years. Professionally, my company volunteers time with a local community college putting on car care events in both spring and fall. We've done that for almost 15 years. We're also involved in the Homeless Veterans Program and many, many other local organizations. On a national level, this year our company is involved with the Marines Toys for Tots program through the leadership of Federated Auto Parts. All 30 of my company-owned independent our company's independent jobber stores All of our 9 company-owned stores are all involved in collecting toys and money for this wonderful organization. So how could I personally make a difference on a national level in the automotive aftermarket? It's very simple. I can volunteer. I volunteered to join the AWDA Store Operations Committee many years ago prior to the merger with AAIA. I did this to help try and understand the bigger picture in the aftermarket. As a leader, AWDA is a very proud and powerful segment of AAIA, like Larry was saying, our Automotive Aftermarket Industry Association. Yes, this is our association, as you heard Larry talk about. AAIA consists of 11 different industry state segments, including AWDA, AEA, the Automotive Electric Association, AIA, the Auto International Association, and segments on rebuilding, heavy duty, manufacturer reps, paint and body, retail, tools and equipment, and upholstery and trim. AAIA also has 12 committees. There are committees on investments, auditing, the executive committee, and the board of directors. There are category management, education, government affairs, marketing and communication, the APEX show committee, technology standards, and the CCPN, the Car Care Professionals Network. Each one of these committees has had numerous accomplishments that have impacted our businesses directly. I currently serve on the AWDA Board of Governors and Executive Committee and the AAIA Board of Directors. I have had the pleasure of working with Sue Kalish at AAIA on the Education Committee for over 5 years. Talk about a tireless advocate for education in our industry. Thank you, Sue. I am also a member of the Federated Board of Governors and the Executive Committee. I am past chair of the Federated Coal Mine Council also. Each one of these positions takes time and energy from me, but the rewards that I receive far outweigh any expense. So why do I share all of this with you? Well, where else can I meet the movers and shakers in our industry and have them listen to my thoughts? Where else can I learn and understand the big picture in the automotive aftermarket? Where else can I represent and speak for the entire WD population and be heard? Where else can I make a difference in myself, my company, my marketing group, Federated, and the industry that I enjoy so much? All of these questions I just asked answer why I do this and what's in it for me. The personal satisfaction that I receive from associating with those movers and shakers in our industry is immeasurable. I have one simple question for each of you. Do you really think that Right to Repair would have passed in Massachusetts without the tireless help of volunteers on all levels, including AAIA? Who says that we as an industry cannot make a difference on the national scene? It all starts with people like you giving back to the great industry that we work for. As Bill Megg says, this is a great place to work. You just heard me speak of all the segments and committees in our AAIA association. I'm here to tell you that 98% of the members on those segments and committees are all volunteers. Yes, volunteers. They come from all different areas in the aftermarket, even someone like me working for a WD way up in Spokane, Washington. It's people like you who are on these committees and segments. AWDA members lead the way in making up a good percentage, but we can always do better. Every one of you in the audience has the potential to make a difference, and many of you already have. Thank you for your service to AWDA and AAIA. The AAIA website has contact information for all the industry volunteering opportunities that I have spoken of. I challenge each one of you to go beyond your own company and get involved, or nominate someone from your company to get involved. If you have already served before, consider serving again. It is well worth the time and effort. I told my wife years ago that as our 3 daughters grew up and moved out, I was going to take time to get more involved in the automotive industry that has played a huge part and had a powerful impact on my life and my family for almost 35 years. I told her I was going to volunteer. I'm not sure she understood what that meant. Look where I am today. I'm up here talking to all of you as the incoming chairman of AWDA, and I think of all those people I followed up here. I want to thank my wife of 31 years, Grace, for all of her love and support. I want to thank all 108 of our employees back home for allowing me to help us all succeed in business. I want to thank Rusty Bishop for helping me get more involved with Federated, AWDA, and AAIA. I once asked him, "Rusty, what did I get myself into?" He simply answered and said, "That's what you get for volunteering." Every one of us can make a difference. AWDA leads the way in making that difference. As you can see, I'm very passionate and a little revved up, and my goal over the next 12 months is to work with AWDA and AAIA to help you be heard, to help AWDA be heard out there. Please get involved. Please volunteer. You'll be glad you did. Have a productive and fun week here in Las Vegas, and thank you.